What's going on, Nemesis Gaming League? Welcome back to another regular season match, the last regular season match of Season 5 here at Nemesis. Today in the booth, I'm joined by Matt. Matt, how you doing, my man?
Doing pretty good. Pretty excited to watch these last two games of the regular season here, and hopefully they're actually going to be pretty good ones. I mean, it matters for at least one team in both games, but neither team wants to lose these.
Yeah, you were saying the importance of this game. Ember looking to solidify their playoff spot as the 6th seed if they win today. Melons, unfortunately, are eliminated from the playoffs, but they're still got some pride going here. But as I see here, I don't think they're going to be running with their full lineup, as I do believe that they got a couple subs in here today. But Ember looking strong. See it come out, maybe get a sweep or take it the interesting game 5 at the Melons with the upset. But before we get a little bit more into this match, just big thanks to Redwater and Hot Wheels and also C Money for the subs. We greatly do appreciate it here at Nemesis. Thank you for helping out, guys. We all love you here. But going back here into the matchup, Ember, they're known for their defense, Matt. And the Melons, they've had some struggles. But what do you know about these teams?
I mean, like you said, Ember has some pretty good defense. I feel like that's going to be tough on the Melons, and the Melons sitting at, I believe, 4-13, and it's just going to be tough, honestly, for them if they want to come out here and get the win. Especially Ember being such a good team, it's going to be really tough for the Melons to score. And I mean, the Melons they're a solid team, but they lack, like, I'm not sure what you would say. I mean, they just aren't at par as the other teams are all around.
Yeah, they're not up to par showing the record. I do believe that they only have 4 wins on the season. Just very unfortunate, not what the Melons pictured, especially at the start. And for the Ember side of things were looking up. They're in a hard division there with Flurry, Barbarians, and also the Melons here. So they were in a hard division and they fought out of it and possibly to achieve the 6th seed, as the Flurry team is at the 3rd seed and also the Barbarians number 5 seed. But as we're waiting for the players to enter the lobby, Melons, like I said before, they're not going to have their starting lineup. Matt, how do you think that will affect the Melons here, especially in this last game of the season?
I mean, it's already going to be tough for them against this Ember team. So if they're missing their starters, I mean, who knows? Their subs could play great, but it's just going to be even harder for them to win this game against Ember, and that's just going to really affect them, honestly, trying to get the win here. And if they want the win, those subs are really going to have to show up and play.
Absolutely, but I do believe we are still waiting for a couple people for the Melons to show up, as I do believe Ember is here, locked and loaded, ready to strike at the Melons. And looking at the playoff picture here in Prospect while we wait, we have the number 1 seed, Hypernova, I believe. That's pretty impressive to look at here, as the bracket still not 100% complete. As we said, this is the last game for Prospect, and the seeding can determine if you're in the play-in or the official playoff bracket.
Yeah, Ember looking to move up to that 6th seed with a win here, and still waiting on Melons. Hopefully they show up. We're not trying to see a forfeit here. We want to see this match because I feel like it's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, the Melons will probably put up a fight, just not sure it's going to go their way.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about the seeding. The Ember team is currently in the play-in bracket. Excuse me, and they'll have the same record as Origin. But earlier in the season, Ember did beat Origin, so they do have the head-to-head tiebreaker. And whoever is the 6th seed will have to play Flurry in the first round, and then whoever will be the 7th seed will have to play the Bandits in the play-in tournament. So that's very crucial, because if you think about it, for the play-in, you would have to play against the second seed or the first seed, depending on how you go. And you definitely don't want to play against those teams, especially in the first round, because they're more likely, the favorites to win the whole thing here in Prospect. So, just gonna play hard, work hard. But Matt, do you got anything for the playoffs picture here in the Prospect? Teams
Yeah, I
look out
mean
for?
we have Hypernova and Vipers both sitting at 14-4 right now. You really do not want to play either of those two teams. They're scary. The Flurry, still a great team, but I mean, you're probably going to have a better chance against them than you would against Hypernova or the Vipers. They're like, they can strike. I mean, they can pull off reverse sweeps if they need to, but you usually won't find them in that situation.
Yeah, and speaking of the first and second seed, all of Prospect this season, everybody was beating up on each other. We had teams beating other teams and then teams losing to other teams, so it was just a full circle. And the power rankers can tell you that it was a mess indeed to figure out who can be that number one power ranked team and then who would be the top, because the top five, they were all close. You have to look at the team's records as they were pretty close overall. As I don't have the records exactly right in front of me, but I do believe it was only separated by a game or two, and that head to head was very crucial for all these teams here, Matt. And things can happen still.
Yeah, you have basically, I'm looking at the standings right now. You have everyone is like, you have the first and second seed at 14-4, then you have Flurry at 13-5, as well as the Barbarians. Then you have Origin and Wyverns at also one game apart from each other. Ember sitting at 10-7. It's just all crunched together there. I mean, you have the 9 and 10 seeds both sitting at 8 and 10, as well as the 8 at 9 and 9. So everybody is like really close together.
Yeah, everybody's close together indeed. Prospect seem like they're very top heavy this season with a bunch of really good teams, and not excluding anybody from the playoffs here. 8 and 10, that's still a solid record. It's maybe not what you were looking for at the start of the season, but at the end of the day, you could say, I made playoffs, and if you make playoffs, me and you both know, Matt, anything's possible and you can still win that championship.
Yeah, we've seen it happen. We've seen upsets here throughout this regular season. So who says upsets can't happen in the playoffs? If you make it there, you have as good of a chance as the 1 seed if you're even the 10 in the plan.
Yeah, 10 in the plan. It's very hard, especially like if you're in the plan, it's hard no matter what. You have to fight your way just to get to the actual official playoff bracket with the 1 through 8 seed, and it's very crucial for the Ember team here to actually solidify their spot in the official playoff bracket, because the way I look at it also, it's like a built-in bye week, because next week is the first week of playoffs, but they're all playing games. You have the 7-8 play against 7 and 8 play against each other. The winner takes the 7th seed, and then for 9 and 10, the winner of that plays the loser of the 7-8, and then the loser of the 9 and 10, they're already out. They're gone. And the winner of the play-in takes the last seed as the 8th seed and moves on their way to the official bracket. But they would have to play against Vipers and Hypernova. And like you said before, you don't want to go against them.
Yeah, those two teams are really strong. Looks like we have 2 of Melons players who have joined the match. We're still waiting on a third here. Going back to the last time they played each other here, week 3, day 5, you had Ember sweeping Melons, but it's been 6 weeks from then, so anything's possible. Melons could have improved dramatically, and they could really show up here against Ember.
Yeah, and anything's possible, because I know Melons, they've had a tough season, so that probably means, and I've known this all, that there's a lot of roster changes that occurred on the Melons roster. So that could help in the Melons' favor, as last time they did get swept. So maybe they can take 1, 2, or even the series. It doesn't have to be a sweep. At the end of the day, you have to win 3, no matter how you do it, no matter how you play. If you get the wins, you get the dub.
Yeah, you can come from behind, you can sweep them, you can do anything. Game 5, overtime winner. Doesn't matter, it's still a win or a loss. And, that's all it comes down to, especially in like the final standings. Everything counts.
Absolutely, everything counts. Head to head, game differential, who you beat, who you lost to. And it's just very crazy to think that. And as we're still waiting for the Melon players to join up here, um, Matt, as of right now, we do understand Melons are going to come up with a lot of subs here. Can I get a prediction from you?
I mean, if Melons had their starting roster, I think they could take this to a game 5, possibly win it. But with all these subs, I'm really not sure. I feel like Ember's going to come out on top, probably 3-1 here. I think Melons won't get swept, but I just don't think they have what it takes to beat them.
Yeah, I agree. And actually,
It is.
for the Melons, we shouldn't even call them Melons because we got the Kiwi roster showing up for the Melons, trying to show, hey, we can make it a prospect too. The underdog story awaits as the Kiwis versus Ember matchup is about to get underway. And I agree with your prediction, Matt. I think Ember's going to take this, but Kiwis, you never know. It could be a surprise, especially some novice players because they changed a lot through novice season, and a lot of them are moving up the prospect next season. As we're underway here in game 1, try for the Melons, sends it down to RG, tries to put it away. Moist, unable to get a touch. Leducks, last one back. Leducks puts it downfield. A 2-on-1 defensive play there. That's Cruising Kid. Smacks it to Leducks. Leducks trying to center it as RG able to get a nice save there. Moist with the backflip. Unfortunate. And we see some Melon cars coming out here from both sides. Leducks trying to put the ball on net. Doesn't get a nice shot though, as the ball just slightly goes down. Cruising Kid tries to center it. Moist awkward and is able to get some kind of a touch and maybe even a fake there to keep the Kiwis, aka the Melons, out of this game. And we're 1 minute down here, in the Kiwis team here is looking strong against the Ember team.
Yeah, Kiwis is actually looking pretty good. I mean, they've played some solid defense. They haven't quite been able to get anything done on offense, and there you go. Ember strikes first.
Ember bringing the heat early here in game 1, trying to do anything which way as Moist. It's unable to get that touch as he's a little bit awkward coming off. And Cruising Kid able to cash in on the first game. And off we go here with 3:47 left to go in game 1. Cruising Kid gets a nice touch. We see a double commit there from Leducks and Moist. Leducks unable to get a touch. Frosty's going to try to put it on net. He actually passes it off the crossbar. Leducks able to block it away from RG and unable to get the goal. Frosty puts it off the side there. Frosty centering it for his teammate RG. RG capitalizing on Frosty's pass, and Ember is heating up.
Yeah, like Ducks just hits it straight to Frosty. Frosty not quite able to get the double touch I believe he was going for, but he's able to pass it center there to RG, and RG's able to finish it, giving them the 2-goal lead here with still 3.5 minutes left, and we're going to have a kickoff goal by Cruisin'.
Yeah, a little bit of a kickoff quickie there, trying to get the Ember team on top even more. Up 3-0 now here, Matt, and Ember finding the heat, but Melons are starting to mold.
Yeah, cheating on the kickoff there didn't work out for the Melons, or Kiwis, I should say, but Embers are able to capitalize on it, and the Kiwis just weren't quite able to get a touch, and that's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, Frosty trying to get past Leducks. He does get it past Leducks. Cruising Kid's up at 5. Puts it past him as we see double commit. Moist try to put it to the midfield. Leducks sends it back down into the Ember territory. Leducks tries to get a touch past Cruising Kid. Moist trying to get something on net, but we see another double commit there by the Kiwis. And Leducks keeping the pressure going here for the Kiwis. Leducks trying to put it on net, but Frosty unable to do anything. Fi's up. Fi gets a nice touch on the net, but RG is there to send it away. And Kiwis, I mean, overall, I think they're holding strong here so far on game 1, even though it's 3-0 here, Matt.
Yeah, they're playing a level up. I mean, that's difficult to do. I've done it a few times, and everything just goes a lot faster compared to what you're used to, and it's just a whole nother game. But like you said, they're playing pretty strong right now. They may be down 3-0, but based on how they're playing, they have a decent chance. They just can't ball chase. It seems like they're doing and double committing constantly. But if they're able to cut some of that out, they might have a chance.
Yeah, and for anybody that's new here to Nemesis or just watching, you can see that in this game that the skill gap, just the little things, do determine a lot, especially with a bunch of, double commits or even touches on that matter, or just how whatever you do, just mechanically, as Frosty puts it off the sidebar, Ledux is there to smack it away, but the ball is still in front of the Kiwis net. Ledux able to get a save. Frosty there to smack it off the sidewall, not accurate enough, and RG sends it to the corner. Ledux unable to get a touch. Cruising Kid hits it on net. Crossbar down, and Ember, the kitchen, is on fire right now.
Yeah, cruising with a great shot, goes off the crossbar and drops in fortunately for him. Kiwis not quite able to hold it together, but based on how they're playing, especially against this level up, they're still doing pretty decent.
Yeah, not doing too bad as some novice players against Prospect. Yes, it is still a league up as Frosty almost able to get a nice touch there in the Merc as RG puts it in the Kiwis net with the juiced goal explosion and the Melons car. Maybe a little bit disrespect there, but nonetheless he gets that nice goal.
Yeah, great read by RG there. A decent angle. I mean, he came from behind that ball and was able to shoot it backwards. Pretty good shot by him there as they take the 5-0 lead.
Yeah, Ember not playing around, especially with seating on the line. Do not want to give any margin for error, no matter who your competitor is. As we see the ball here in Ember's corner, Lennox gets a nice 50, and RG off the sidewall. Moist able to get that nice touch to the midfield. Cruising Kid sends it to the Kiwi zone and unable to follow it up. As Fi does a nice touch to the midfield. Moist tries to send it down. The ball getting saved by RG. Cruising Kid with a nice bump there on the offensive player. Fi. It's a nice pinch. The ball is right in front of the net. Moist unable to get a touch as the ball is getting back to the midfield. As Fi unable to get a touch. Frosty unable to get a touch himself. The ball is still rolling. RG puts it on net. Nobody's home for the Kiwis, and RG gets another goal. And I think at this point they're trying to stat pad this game one here.
Yeah, not some unfortunate rotations there, I guess you could say. Nobody was able to rotate back while going for boost there, and I guess that's a situation of like boost over ball, which you can't really do, especially against this Ember team, and they're able to get their first goal of the game.
Yeah, that's a very good goal bet. That was very nice. Just Moist settling it down, nice and easy. Nobody's home, but Cruising Kid saying, "Hey, we just want to try to set up for the Brazil here. Maybe a little bit of disrespect, but maybe if you want to say that, you got to spell Brazil correctly." As we have a kickoff here with 20 seconds left to go, RG elects to carry it. The Ducks sending it away. Kiwis are not looking hot this game, but trying to not get Braziled. Fry unable to get a touch. The Ducks smack it to the corner. Kiwis trying to play keep away here, not trying to give up a Brazil. Frosty sending it down to the Kiwi zone, and the ball touches the ground, and Ember able to take game one, but not the Brazil.
I just noticed all their cars are like watermelon themed. I think that's pretty cool the way that they're. Oh wait, no, that was Ember that did that. That's a little, I'd say, kind of disrespectful there. I mean, repping the Melons theme, and still very well played by Ember overall. Melons started to get the momentum up there at the end, so maybe they're going to be able to carry that into this game too.
Absolutely, and I do believe we will have a sub in as we have one person from the Melons roster here, Caltarded. He is the lowest on their roster, but he's still in the Prospect League, so you cannot determine if he's well enough to play. But Ember able to capitalize on the Kiwis showing up here for the Melons. Melons wondering where they're at, but Caltarded is on the pitch now, and Kiwis and the Caltarded need to decide who's going to go on the pitch with him as they pick Fi and Moist here on the pitch. And here we go to game two as we got Frosty on the kickoff here. Fry is able to win it as we have RG trying to carry it down. RG unable to get a touch, but the ball's left there as Cruising Kid gets a nice goal with only 6 seconds in.
Yeah, RG with a great pass there, cruising with the finish. Nobody home for the Melons here. And just a very fast goal there for Ember, starting out strong once again. Only 6 seconds in and already have the lead.
Caltarded trying to get the 50 off kickoff, letting Frosty get the ball, but nothing will come from it. Cruising Kid gets bumped. The ball is heading towards Caltarded. Caltarded gets a pass to, and Frosty sending it back. One man to beat. Moist is unable to get a touch as Frosty gets a nice angle, and Ember is on fire right now.
Yeah, 24 seconds in, 2-0. A great shot by Frosty, and he's able to just lay it in, giving them the 2-goal lead already. But it's early, so who knows? I mean, the Melons can make a comeback at any time.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic also as Fry puts the ball right in front of the net. We see a collapsing defense as RG is able to capitalize on the goal. But it's kind of ironic how Frosty's on Ember and he's a winter name.
Defensive breakdown, honestly. Double commit there on the ball, and neither one of them able to clear it out, bumping each other and leaving the ball just sitting in front of their net.
Yeah, Ember not letting up the gas pedal, especially on the Kiwis roster. Frosty with the Merc Melon sends it away to the midfield. Cruising Kid sends it down. The ball is right in front of the net. He gets it past White and the last defender. Playing a little bit slow there, maybe faking him out. And Ember is just putting on a show here in the first minute.
Yeah, just an offensive showcase here. You got four goals here in 50 seconds. Just Ember demolishing them. If they keep up at this pace, they could score double digits.
Yeah, if you're Kiwis, you're just trying to show yourselves that, hey, maybe we can compete at this level. Keep your heads out high, even though the ball is heading towards the net. Frozen Kid hits it off the right post. What a lucky touch as Ember is... I don't even have any more puns to say about Heat.
Cruising with a great shot there off the right post. Able to lay it in. 5 goals in a minute and 2 seconds. That's probably the most I've seen here on a Nemesis game.
Yeah. Just gotta keep your heads up high. It's only a minute in. Any possible. You just never know. As Caltarded sends it down to RG. RG down. Trying to send it away. Moist able to get a touch there. Heading back to the back wall of Ember as Frosty tries to carry it. Cruising Kid sends it away. Caltarded dribbling it back to his own zone as Fi is able to get that nice pass. Caltarded tries to get a nice pass one of his own. One-on-one scenario. Ball's going off the backboard. Frosty unable to get it, but Cruising Kid is there to get a save. And we're 3:20 left to go here, Matt. And the Kiwis are about to get a goal, and they do get the goal with Caltarded, the actual Melon. The only Melon on this roster gets the first goal here.
Yeah, Kiwis plus Cal able to just finally get the goal that they've been looking for this whole time. Still 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. Anything's possible. They can make the comeback here, but they're really going to have to step up their game.
Yeah, they're going to have to step up their name indeed. Comeback time initiated, but Frosty puts it on net, and that just erases the Kiwis plus Caltarded goal. And the Brazil, it's possible, but it's 3 minutes to go here, so anything can happen. Hopefully, somebody in the script room said that, Ember's going to take the first 2, and we're going to see an epic comeback here from the Kiwis plus Cal, as the ball is now on the backboard of the Melons slash Kiwi slash whatever you want to call it at this point. Frosty sending it home, nobody back, and there's the Brazil. Now, we will see what happens if they elect to keep the Brazil here with 2:52 left to go.
Yeah, probably the fastest Brazil I've ever seen. And still over half the game to play. Already 7-1. Just Kiwis and Cal not quite able to get it done at the moment. We will have to see what happens here in Game 3 as unless Ember has a breakdown, it seems like they're going to. Oh
Uh,
my.
I think I seen a novice moment. Novice moment in a prospect game. Fine, the Kiwi redirects it all the way home, and I mean, say it as you will, it was a nice shot, wrong net, but also it denies them of the Brazil. So could be a good thing. Just having fun at this point, especially here in game 2, as it's not looking too hot for the Kiwis. And the ball is in front of the net.
Oh,
Caltarded, the ball was kind of weird. Caltarded trying to send it back to his teammate in the midfield. Moist, RG gets a demo, but Caltarded gives himself a little payback. RG gets demoed. The ball is currently still in the Kiwis plus Caltarded zone. Right, able to get a nice save as RG trying to do something fancy. He doesn't get a touch though. He gets a whiff, but he hits the ball on his way down. Cruising Kid puts it back in. The ball still in the Kiwi zone. And with 2 minutes to go here, Matt. Well, I would ask you what the Kiwis need to change, but looks like they need to change everything.
yeah, I mean, hey, at the moment, looks like Kiwis might win. Anything's possible. You can't lose hope at a nice flick by Moist.
That was very moisty indeed. Moist coming out with a nice dribble play. Caltarded is lucky he didn't get that double commit fully, as Moist with a nice flickage, flicking all the Ember out of the way. And Moist on the kickoff, he almost gets the kickoff goal. And Frosty able to send it away. And minute 30 to go here, Matt. Kiwis are holding on to dear life here in game 2.
Yeah, Kiwis and Cow are just looking to get some momentum going into game 3 and 5 with the double touch. All right.
Fi coming out, showing what he can do on both sides. He can say, hey, I can redirect to my own net, and I can double tap into yours. And maybe it's scripted. Who knows? Scripted? Maybe, maybe not. Matt, do you think this is scripted?
I mean, it could be. I mean, anything's possible. We keep saying that, but it's true. We've seen it happen before.
Yeah, as the ball heading towards the Ember zone, Caltarded trying to get something going. Cruising Kid elects to dribble the ball. The ball is 50. Almost goes into the Ember net. It goes off the right post. Fries up. Fry gets a nice touch. It's off the left post. If the net was just a little wider in either direction, they would have capitalized and cut the score in half. As Caltarded getting the bump and the demo. And Kiwis on the offensive pressure. The ball heading down towards the Kiwi zone. Caltarded able to put it away. As we see Frosty, the musty, not the musty, I can't even talk. The Merc, the Melon Merc, if you want to call it. As we're down to the last 23 seconds here. RG gets a past one. RG centers it to Frosty. Frosty gets a little bit of a light tap there as Caltard is able to put it away. RG centering it for Moist. Moist sending it downfield. Cruising Kid touch off the wall. Frosty, let's see what he'll do with it. He elects to dribble it. He gets a flick over too. Caltard's there. And maybe we see a goal. Cruising fakes out one. Cruising able to get a 9th goal for Ember. And maybe showing a little bit of disrespect here with 9 goals here.
Yeah, Cruising able to just lay it in their last second goal. 4 goals for Cruz and 3 for Frosty, and I believe 2 for RG. And just, I mean, I think they kind of let off the gas pedal there after they went up. I believe it was 8-1. They started giving Melons the hope, and it seems like they just decided to crush their dreams.
Yeah, that's maybe not nice from Ember, but this is still an official match, and it's unfortunate for Ember. I mean, unfortunate in the way of we can't have a competitive game that they were looking for, but Kiwis are trying their best here. But can we have a script maybe? Hey, Matt, hand me a script over there, would you? Maybe we gotta look something here.
Yeah, I mean, I just checked my notes, and it looks like the reverse sweep is on here as Ember's supposed to, throw it a little, but who knows?
All right, maybe we can communicate that, or maybe if they already know, let them get the reverse sweep. Have some content here for this stream as we're coming to game 3. And oh my goodness, Kiwis plus Cow need to do something here. The script is on. We will see if they will follow the script or if they will get fired for not following the script. As we get into game 3, Caltorted sends it down. Cruising Kid a little bit awkward there, but he is able to get the half flip and go away. I do believe I see Cruisin in the battle bus. I do believe this is the wrong game for that Cruisin. And RG putting it away. RG tries to get a nice touch there off the wall. Bless you to my co-caster. Cruisin trying to get something here.
Thank you.
Moist trying to get a bump off Frosty. The ball is right in front of the net. Frosty's able to clear it away though. Fry sending it to the midfield. Or RG, I can't even talk anymore. RG passes it to Frosty. Frosty up to RG. RG off the post. Caltarded with the whiff. Frosty sending it on. Fry is there for the save. Cruising, sending it back into the net and able to get a nice save. Caltarded. It's not enough boost though. And the ball. We see a one-on-one here. We see some mind games. Frosty playing mind games on Caltarded. He fakes him on defense. And we're a minute gone here, and Kiwis are holding on as Ember hasn't gotten a goal yet.
Yeah, Ember looks like they want to keep their acting job here, trying to stick to the script. Gone off script a few times, but looks like they're doing better at it here. And never mind, there they go. 1-0 lead for Ember.
Yeah, maybe they seen in the script that we have to get the first goal or two, maybe, and then just have the Kiwis have a big comeback story. But Cruising Kid in the battle bus, no longer in the melon car, gets the first goal of game 3 here. And he's having fun with it, just to say, hey, I can play in any car, but like I said, wrong game there, Cruising. But nonetheless, we keep going. Fry tries to get a pass off the board here. Moist gets a nice 50 off RG. Caltarded is unable to get a good aerial as he is beat to the ball. Cruising having no boost, trying to flip into the ball. Fry send it downfield. Caltarded's in the midfield. Fry gets it in the middle. Caltarded is unable to capitalize on that beautiful pass. And Caltarded, speaking of the devil, is shooting it on net, but Frosty has to get the nice save. Fry is unable to get anything. As Cruising able to get it past 2. Caltarded, last one back. Caltarded puts it off. And Cruising Kid, oh my goodness, gets a clip. Whew, wow, what a nice shot.
Cruising ready to land for his drop spot here, getting his second goal, able to drop it in the battle bus. Maybe wrong game, but he's still showing up.
He is still showing up. He's ready to wreck some Fortnite kids. He's going to do take the L dance as Moist puts it on net, but hits it off the left bar. Oh, unfortunate. As they're only down by 2. And it's way different than we've seen here, especially in game 3 than game 2, because in game 3 they had 9 goals. They had a lot of goals there in the first minute. I think they had 5 in the second game, excuse me. But the ball hits it off crossbar. I see a backflip from somebody in Ember, maybe writing a little bit of the script there. And Moist tries to put it down, but RG is able to do something. RG tries to put it on net. Caltard is able to block it away. Fry flicks it over. Frosty. Frosted flakes. Moist trying to dribble it in. He 50s. He bodies the defender. He says, even though I'm a novice, I still got my little itty bitty muscles, as he cuts the game in half.
Yeah, Moist with a great 50 there, able to drop it in. Novice, you see a ton of 50s, and I've played against the Kiwis before, and they are really good at 50s, as you can see right there. Able to show it off here in Prospect.
Absolutely. Ember, please stick to the script. We would much appreciate it. Cruising, able to get a nice touch off the ceiling. Frosty, able to send it down. Caltarded, it fakes out one, gets a pass. I don't know where Frosty went, but Moist trying to send it down. Cruising Kid gets a bump off Caltarded. Fry trying to do something as Frosty in the Melon Merc tries to put it on net. He gets it past one. Moist unable to defend it as RG puts it in the net, and their goal is scored.
Yeah, great pass by Frosty, able to get it over Cow, and RG's there to finish it. giving them a 3-1 lead here. Still a minute 40 left, so the Melons can kick it up a notch. They could tie this game up.
As Cruisin saying in the chat, where are we dropping? The Melons net. Still, I mean, the net right game, but saying wrong game. As the ball is in Ember territory. A little bit awkward. RG able to put it away. Nobody's back. Is RG able to get a nice carry into the net? And Ember getting ready, heating up for playoffs as it's not looking too hot for the Kiwis. And Ember trying to solidify their spot in the actual playoff bracket.
Yeah, RG with a great catch there after flicking it up for himself. Able to just carry it into the Melons net, giving them the 4-1 lead now. Still isn't over. The Melons could make the comeback, but they're going to have to start it very soon.
As we see a triple commit there in the corner. And Ember is not following the script as I've just been told. I don't know if they just said, screw you guys in the booth, we don't care. But not following the script as RG being toxic to Moist. Moist gets demoed, and I do believe he went to go get more, but he's unable to as Fry tries to get a touch there. Moist gets a 50 off Frosty, but Frosty able to get a nice 50 as the ball is in the Kiwis plus Caltarded's corner with 45 seconds left to go. Cruising with the battle bus. Gets a nice demo off Moist. He's just killing kids left and right, giving them the take the L dance. Cruising off the wall. Cruising trying to put it on net, but no. Unable to as we're down to the last 30 seconds here of this Tetris series for the Kiwis. But Ember looking strong here, trying to do something here for the playoffs as Moist sends it back down. And at this point, Matt, we see Ember going to take the 6th seed and Melons falling once again to another game and going back to the chalkboard for next season.
Yeah, the Melons, I mean, basically the Kiwis team. They were the full Kiwis team for the first game, and then the Kiwis team plus Cow. I mean, they still did pretty good here in the prospect game. I mean, just Cruisin' and Frosty and Arge, they just dominated that, to be honest. Cruisin', no matter what car he used, he still was able to just dominate and do great.
Yeah, dominate and do great indeed. Not what you were looking for, especially for the Melons, not having basically nobody showing up at the beginning of the game. Caltarded stepping in saying, hey guys, I want to play a little bit here on stream. Maybe get some games under our belt, even though we are not in playoff contention anymore. But maybe you have to look into that if you're part of the Melons roster or something like that. But that will do it for this series, ladies and gentlemen. Not exactly what we were hoping for, but Ember solidifying their spot as the 6th seed and playing Flurry in the first round and dropping to the play-in bracket as Origin as the 7th seed. And that might be crucial down the line. We will see how that affects everybody's bracket and whatnot. But thank you guys all for watching. And stay tuned for more because we do have one more series coming up. And it still matters for seeding. We are going to the Rival League. But stay tuned for some more Nemesis Gaming League action for the last game of the regular season for Season 5. Stay tuned.